Right, good morning everyone. Welcome back. We're here in Roodepoort. We're quickly going to repair a gate motor where the internal components were stolen from. This anti-theft bracket was forced open. And then obviously the raz rack has broken tooth, and so we're going to replace that as well. Stay tuned. Right, let's quickly have a closer look. Obviously the anti-theft bracket was forced out of the ground and they stole all of the internal components. So there's some brackets on here that will prevent the gate motor from being lifted. There we have another broken off tooth, and then we have more. So raz rack is renowned to break off some teeth, and you can see it's been cutting on something. So we said to the insurance, we'll do the repairs, but to make sure that it's a long-lasting repair, we need to replace certain aspects, stuff, equipment, raz rack up to steel, all of that stuff, so that the warranty can be extended. So yeah, quickly stay tuned. Let's see how it gets done. Here's a close-up view. So when we do repairs, we open, strip and clean and make sure that we don't have any comebacks on our repairs. But there you can see one of the two inner seals on the gearbox system. You can see that there's no oil leaking. So DOS disc is clean, so we can close it up. So we're going to replace the broken front door of the gate motor. All you need to do is put it into position, then take your steel pin and slide it down and lock it into position. So I just need 2 hands for that. Let's quickly do it. Okay, so I've started with a pin. You can see basically it's half midway there already. Just gonna press it in. On the bottom you can see that it's not lining up. Just make sure that it lines up there and then do the final press from the top. Right, just like that. Pressed in and it's flush here at the top. That's it. The new door's in. So obviously the equipment that we fit is always new. Your mag switch reader. This is your DOS. So make sure that you unclip it and don't break it. Sometimes they do struggle to come out. Now what happens is your DOS is just placed in and turned 90 degrees into position. What you then do is you take the DOS, you make sure that your wire is clipped over it. Then the clip faces to the front. Put it over and you just push down slightly until it clips in. Just like that. The other wire will go to your mag switch reader. You see it's got some slots, and the plug just plugs into it there. It can only go in one way, so don't force it in. And then the mag switch reader is placed on the mag switch reader holder. You just press down firmly onto it, it's into place, and it doesn't wiggle. Cool. So before you begin fitting steel racks, check the gate wheels. And there you can see it's not spinning freely, it's seized up. So we need to put in new bearings here as well. So we've checked the front steel gate wheel. We found that the bearings were worn. So it's now putting in new bearings, fitting the front wheel back into position. So 1 minute later, new bearings have been pressed in. You just tap them in with a hammer, and it's turning freely. We had to cut the shaft off because we couldn't get it out, it was too worn. Just quickly make a new shaft. So there you can see the steel shaft. Just going to walk around. It's protruding on this side, so we're just going to spot weld it there. You can see that the wheel is now running freely with the new bearings. So after the steel pins have been welded into position, make sure that your wheel is still running freely. If it goes freely in one direction, it will go freely in the other direction. Cool, that's it. My oh my, so what do we found? The rear steel gate wheel is also worn out, the bearings. So we've quickly fitted new bearings on it. Now again, this is a V-shaped wheel that has been placed on a round bar track. Which means is you are going to have more maintenance on your gate system because the wheels wear out quicker. The V-shaped wheels wear out to the profile of the gate, and thus the whole gate system drops down. Your spacing between the steel rack and the gate motor pinion gear is not correct, and then you have a malfunctioning motor. Again, installers doing things that they want to do which are not up to specifications. Alright, we're done replacing the steel gate wheel bearings. It's time to weld on the track, the steel track, but before we get there, make sure that your gate does not have any hiccups on opening and closing. You can see I'm pushing it with one finger. To the back there, and there's no jamming there on it, so I'm just gonna so now we know that the steel sliding gate is ready, and we can now proceed to weld on the steel gate rail onto the steel sliding gate. Lekker. And let's quickly have a closer look here. We've done welding the steel gate rack onto the steel sliding gate. Spacing between brackets are 500 millimeters. You can see these brackets are welded down lacquer. They're not going anywhere. It's now time to weld the mag switch reader onto the steel rack. Centurion system says 500 millimeters from the mag switch reader. The magnet needs to be welded onto the steel rack. But we found you can put it basically anywhere. The mag switch, obviously, with the origin marker, your magnet, determines your pedestrian gate size opening. So you can still program pedestrian size onto the gate motor controller, but if you want to extend this to more to the right, then you don't have to go into programming the settings to change pedestrian size opening. So basically, as long as the mag switch is in reach of the mag switch reader, it will run. So over the years, we've learned how much of the steel bracket we need to cut off, and we just need to then weld it into position. So we've welded it on both the sides, that side and that side, and then underneath we've welded it there. So our mag switch is not going to just be bent away or stolen. It's one of the aspects that the guys like to do, is to steal the mag switches. You can see that the mag switch is obviously running freely. It's not going to catch the cover, and it activates the mag switch reader. So yeah, make sure that your origin marker on the steel sliding gate is welded properly on both sides and at the back, so that it cannot just be removed by unwanted fingers. Another thing on the steel rack here at the back, you can see that we've reinforced it, because that's the startup section. Come on. Right, again, check your oil level. Make sure that the dipstick is pressed in completely. Pull it out and check it. There you can see where the oil level is. That's right height. Shouldn't be overfilled. Right, the new power supply on the gate motor. Red leads at the bottom, earth lead at the top, and it basically just slides in to position like that. Next up, your battery and your battery leads. Then we can put the controller card holder onto it, and then the controller card onto the holder, and then connect all of the wires and do the programming. So if we make a video like this, once again, the electrical cable is a very hard cable, and it's basically too short to fit in there. So you're running the risk of your electrical cable not fitting nice into the electrical plug. You're going to have power problems. So we're going to extend this electrical cable with a softer cable, which will allow you to plug it into the power supply easily. There you can quickly see we've soldered the electrical supply wires. We've extended them. We're going to just quickly insulate them, and then your plug goes into your power supply, and it's much easier to handle. So guys, check your battery charging voltage. Set it up to 14.5 maximum. For the lithium fans, 14.4 to 14.6 maximum. So here we've set the charging voltage to 13.93 volts DC. It's close enough. Alright, we're done setting up the gate motor limits. We're just going to quickly modify and adjust and refit the steel anti-theft bracket to prevent another quick theft of the components. Then we'll do the test cycles. Right, if we look at the existing anti-theft bracket, it never worked properly. Because you had a key on the left hand side with a lock, and then you have a hinge. So the whole bracket needs to flap over, lift over past the gate motor cover, and it cannot be done. It's not going to work. So we're just quickly going to modify it. What we'll do is we'll make it a swing bracket that's lockable and you can't get in easily. Alright, we're done with the repairs. We're going to quickly test the gate motor. So I don't want to speak while the gate is running because it's making a noise. But yeah, another successful repairs. I'll quickly move closer, then you can see that, and you can listen to the gate motor. There's no laboring of the gate motor at any point in time during the running of the steel sliding gate. There's no vibration on the gate motor. We did modify the anti-theft bracket to extent to what we could do. That's just auto closing by itself. But yeah. So guys, if you want your gate motor properly repaired first time around, exquisitesecurity.co.za or smartgates.co.za. Give Pottie a call, 083 778 2288, or Amanda, 083 719 2250. Quickly just run it again. Before the gate catches me on the side. That's just what you want. Repairs done first time properly. Just have a look at the anti-theft bracket. So it now swivels from the left past the front and then to the right. Cool, thanks for watching guys. Stay tuned for some more videos coming.